I was cleaning my room the other day and I saw this wooden palette thing that I wanted to throw out because in it I know that I've written down like 18 things that I've learned from 18 years. So I wrote this when I was turning 19 for the 18 years just to commemorate the things I've learned. I feel like 18 is such a pivotal and important year. I really loved being 18. It was such a fun year. So I thought that it would be really cringy for me to read about the things that I've learned before, but then when I read it, I was actually pleasantly surprised because it just served as a great reminder for me and it was very relevant to me, the things that I've written down. And I think that sometimes you just need to hear motivational or cheesy stuff like this, so I wanted to share it with you. Also, I feel like it's very interesting because a lot of people like to ask the question, what is the one advice or what's something that you want to tell past you? And whenever I think about that question, I really don't know because in retrospect, everything happens for a reason and everything like just plays out and plans out accordingly. We kind of forget the importance of the youth or our mindset when we were younger because when you grow up and when you get older, you kind of get into the swing of just work, life, just getting through, surviving, and you kind of forget about your dreams, your passions. For me, when I read these things, pampalakas ng loob, like it gave me so much courage and motivation. So hopefully you guys kind of get something out of this, and also I hope it encourages you to write letters to your future self or to write down things that you've learned. Anyway, the lighting is really bad, or it's gonna be really bad because I think it's about to rain, but nonetheless, we're gonna go for it and we're just gonna have a nice cozy time together. Number 1 is just go for it. Whatever opportunity that is placed in front of you that's good and that you think you can learn a lot from, go for it. Number 2 is know what you want and do everything you can to get it. I'm just reading this and I'm just like, wow, I was so ambitious because right now I feel like I'm just a lazy slob. I think it's more about focusing on what you want to achieve, who you want to become, and just doing the little grit work that comes your way in order for you to achieve that place you want to be in. And I know it's very confusing to know what you want, but even in doing things that you don't enjoy, at least you're figuring out that you don't like to do those things and that's not for you. So it's kind of like a long trial and error process. That's what I'm learning right now. But trust the process and remember that wherever place or whatever place you're in right now, you are exactly where you are supposed to be. It's not a for everything, but it is just this stepping stone or this place that you have to kind of go through and be and learn whatever to prepare you for that better thing or your dream or whatever you want in life. Trust in the process, guys. Okay, number 3, wow, is trust your gut. You have good judgment. And I think we just always doubt ourselves, or me, I personally, I have really low esteem and I just doubt everything I do. It's like a good reminder that you just know yourself better than other people. Some people are gonna bring you down. Some people are gonna think you're stupid and that your decisions are just stupid, but you know yourself the best and you know what you want, or you kind of know what you want. Trust yourself and believe in yourself. I think that's something that we all kind of lack, or I lack personally. I lack this a lot. I believe in other people more than myself. But even with number 3, trusting your gut, number 4 is you still have to ask for second opinions. You have to seek advice, especially from older people like your parents, or if you have a teacher, professor, whatever, just someone you trust. Just knowing about other perspectives could be very helpful in making your decision. Number 5 is make your own experiences or create your own experience. Like nothing is ever going to be handed to you. You have to seek it, you have to find it. If you want to do something or achieve something, you don't just sit around. You have to actively search for it and create that door opening. Number 6 is you are never alone. I'm pretty sure this is a God thing. Like God's always with you, and also in the bad times when you're confused, you seek out to God usually, but even in the happy times you have to remember that God is the one who brought you there. Number 7 is don't let go of your constants. Your friends and your peers are very important. I am very bad at this, and also my best friend, like we just don't reply to each other, but I just know that she's always gonna be there for me. After high school and after college, you don't really get to see your friends as much, but just remembering that they're there for you and that you're not bothering them when you message them, okay? I feel like a lot of people think that they're bothering their friends when they suddenly message, but no. You know, you're friends with that friend for a reason. Number 8 is talk to people. They're cool. I'm really sure that I wrote this down because I want on like a study abroad thing, and I realized there that I really like learning about people's backgrounds and their stories and how they grew up, because it's very different. So I really like talking to people. I feel like I haven't been doing this much. Number 9 is treat people how you want to be treated. The golden rule. Do unto others what you want others do unto you, which I think everything in this list is easier said than done. Number 10 is every problem has a solution. I think we get into our minds or into our heads so often whenever we're in a crisis. Personally speaking, there's always this time when I would be like, I just want to give up, like this is not worth it. But to be honest, every problem has a solution, and it's just about looking at different lenses and different perspectives in order to solve it. And sometimes when you're like deep into the problem, you kind of forget the obvious solutions. So again, talking to your friends, asking for second opinions, always a good choice. Number 11 is feelings demand to be felt. And I know this is about a boy. Just being human. Like, you can't help feeling certain things. Like, sometimes you're just really sad, you're really low, sometimes you're really happy. And we don't have to downplay ourselves. We don't have to lie to ourselves that, oh, I'm not kilig, or oh, I'm not sad. Like, girl, you are strong and you can go through this, obviously, but it's okay to feel sad sometimes. It's okay to cry. It's okay to not be okay all the time. You don't have to kind of put a facade for yourself for your own sake. Like, you can be true to yourself. Number 12 is have an open mind. Just be open to everyone and do not shut anyone out regardless of whatever situation they're in or who they are. Just have an open mind and an open heart to kind of just accept people. I don't know, I kind of always have my guard up and I don't really trust people super easily, but in things, have an open mind, I guess. Number 13, the world is so much bigger than you think. Sure, this could be about, oh yeah, traveling, explorer, but it's really not. It's more of learning. Even like wherever you are right now, there's so much to learn. This just reminds me to just explore more. Not even in a travel sense, but to explore different passions like cooking, different recipes, or even different genres of things. There's just so much things in the world, and I know that you can get very overwhelmed with it, but you know, just chill. And number 14 is something that I already shared with you guys, and it's always something that I just need to hear, but other people's successes are not your failures ever. And also, in line with that, the age thing of like, oh, this younger person, this 12-year-old, this 15-year-old has a startup and they're doing so much with their lives. Like, don't be, okay, personally, I'm very like, I compare myself a lot, but just remember that the world is big enough. Again, the world is much bigger than you think, so there's always a place for you, and there's a place for me, there's a place for you, there's a place for everyone, there's a place for everyone's success. I think in the high school and college setting, grades, and also when you've graduated, your salary or how much money you're earning, like, we should never let those numbers define us, because like that doesn't mean anything. Honestly, when we die, okay, I'm getting overboard, I guess, but honestly, when we die, those things won't matter. And it's a very, I don't know if you find that very dark, but it's also very freeing that these things are not gonna matter when we die. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm supposed to uplift you guys, but okay, number 15 is you don't owe anyone anything. This is your life, you're living it for yourself and for God, obviously, but you don't owe any human being anything. It's such a hard thing to accept, I know, but you don't have to explain yourself if you don't want to, and you should be able to do what you like. I'm a very idealistic person, obviously. I know it's more complicated than that, but you are the boss, guys. You're the boss. It started raining, so that's why the lighting's so dark. You might hear the rain, which I personally like, so hope you like it too. Number 16 is learning is done through application, and we don't just learn stuff by watching things online, listening to our professors. We have to go out there and we have to do things. Number 17 is Self-reflection is very important. I tend to escape a lot from the realities of life. Like when I clock out of work, I just Netflix, YouTube. I don't want to face the world. And it's such a bad thing. It's a bad thing, Nades. I feel like I'm just giving advice to myself, but you have to look within, you have to analyze yourself. It's tiring, sure, but you have to deal with yourself. You have to kind of know and plot where you are at life, and where you want to be, and what you have to improve on yourself, and what you are actually good at. You know, you don't always have to be seeking negative things about yourself. Number 18, the last thing that I've written down, is always be grateful. It's getting so dark and the rain is super loud, but that is everything from my board. I hope you guys learned something. This was a very nice chat. I feel like it was a very productive heart-to-heart, and I hope I didn't pressure you. Like, again, I want to say that wherever you're in life, it has a purpose, and you don't have to always be like a go person, because silence is very important and being still is very important. You don't have to pressure yourself in anything, okay? So yes, that was it. That was the 18 things that I've learned when I was 18 years old. I'm 21 now, but they still hold so much meaning to me. I love you guys, and I hope that wherever you are, you can find joy in it, and you can find peace in it, and grace from God. And I pray that you all will receive strength and courage from Him. We can conquer anything, okay guys? We got this, okay? I love you guys. This video is from my heart to yours. Bye!